I mean, don't want to jump in the pool and have no water in it.
No, we do not. We do not. How are you? Good, how are you? No. I mean, I am. I am, but I'm still
I get and I like
biased, but sometimes it just happens. Yeah. I think it's just so much stuff going on. I think it's just a year for
that's what I
like college and like turning 40 and like not having my dad like
there's
the
too many
last 2 years.
different that aren't
It's hard and
familiar
it never gets easier,
at
but
all.
this was one of your like
And
milestones where
I
I've
don't
just
want
wanted
him
to
to
be
be
there.
the DNC chair. That's for
It's
him.
not fair. So maybe I feel like that's part of it. So we'll see.
Oh yeah.
But whatever my yearns and freshmen told me to come.
Yeah, it's people's lives.
It's like I have no desire. I have no desire to be a part of study marketing.
It's just like they're thinking the other night, we got our
Morning.
Morning, Brandon. How are you?
I'm well, and you?
Good, good. Really enjoying moving this snow, but the way it sounds, it might be the last for a while. You know.
Yeah, don't get excited.
We get through this. It sounds like it's pretty nice next week.
When you see things like Arctic Cat closing,
I know. I know.
It's unfortunate. All right.
with conditions.
The bids, yeah, the bids.
I got the bids.
Sounds like the bids went
Came
well.
in pretty good.
Very favorable.
I think. It sounds like we've done business with both companies. They're both good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's,
Oh, come on, Sarah.
What?
Gotta get a pen.
I know, I gotta get a pen.
Good morning. Yes, I do. Sarah, we ready?
You can go. Are we
We're on? Okay. December 20th, 2024, 10 o'clock. I'll call this meeting to order. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Item 4, approved purchase of body cameras and equipment.
Is this on? Hello? Is it on now? Where's the mic?
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Okay, I'm going to talk really loud, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to just handle this for the chief. She has mentioned in prior reports that we have been working on these upgrades with the sheriff's office. So this is not just us, it's the sheriff's office, it's other departments that are doing this as well. And this will be upgrading the squad car cameras and body cameras. And they did meet as a group with the agencies together, and that's how they determined this vendor, right? But you got the other quote as well. So the chief is just asking for the approval on this at the council level. We will use those public safety funds that she had. We deposited about $59,000 into her capital improvement plan. She plans on utilizing those funds to make this purchase. And those were received late last year, so they're already in the account and ready to go. So we just need a motion to approve this purchase.
These are all new equipments now?
Correct.
This is not a hand-me-down or anything?
No, this is all new equipment. There is a significant benefit by working with the county. They help us with storage and you know, the IT experts and so forth. So it is a cooperative thing that we're doing with the county. And I think it provides a lot of benefit for the city.
We get a little break on the cost of these, I'm
Yeah,
assuming?
they're all, I mean, all the agencies are buying them, so yes. I can't say what it is exactly,
Sure.
but that's part of the process.
Okay.
I move that we approve the purchase of the body cameras and equipment.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item 5, ARPA funds. Discuss approved 2024 Southside material bid.
All right, I'll take this one. Yesterday, we had our bid opening for the water main and sanitary sewer material purchasing. We had 2 bids, Ferguson and Core Main, the kind of 2 suppliers we were thinking we would get for the most part. Ferguson was the apparent low bidder at $199,127.56. Rate that we are only at this time purchasing kind of the standard materials, so we could, if something does not happen with the south side, we can use this on a normal street project or a different development if we need to. But at this time, we are recommending that we move forward with purchasing material from Ferguson for that dollar amount.
The amount of product, was it based off of satisfying the south side? As far as the amount of the equipment or
The materials,
or less or more, or?
it was a little bit less, and that was the intent, because we haven't finalized that concept yet, you know, as far as whether or not the city's gonna move forward with it or the city will. So there is some modifications that we see coming on that south side layout. So we were conservative, but that was the intent, is that we would wanna over purchase anything in case we needed to pull back a little bit.
And to your point, if something didn't happen on the south side, it can be used for other road projects or other developments?
Yeah, the exact same spec that we wrote for this one is the same one that we're gonna write for our 2025 street project. The same one the city will probably hold a developer to on the north side if that happens.
And we felt that this pricing was really good.
Yeah.
Considering what we may have originally anticipated the pricing could have came in at?
Correct, yep. I don't have the percentages in front of me, but it was,
32.
both of them were under our
32%
engineering estimate,
under.
32%.
32% under.
Yep.
And then I'm just devil's advocate, maybe, would it be beneficial to buy more?
Until we know what we need.
Yeah, I would hold off until we know what we need, like Mark was saying, and then we can probably work out with them to you know, increase the quantities of some of these. I don't know if they'll keep the unit price there, but
Sure.
I think it wouldn't go up terribly high. I don't think if they do want to increase the price on the additional materials.
Because our intent was to try to spend X dollars to make sure that we don't, to make sure we do our part in allocating funds. So that'd be the other part of the question is then do we need to find somewhere else to spend, we'll say the savings in this
difference?
case, somewhere else, or are we still protected?
No, so we need to make sure that we have a contract in place to spend the city ARPA funds. And we have enough with this and the water meter project to cover the city portion.
Okay.
The county portion is covered by allocation with the agreement that we already approved with the county.
Okay.
So we wanted to make sure all of them are allocated, and our staff opinion is it has been allocated. Is there anything else you wanna add?
Nope, that's correct.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
we're
Yeah.
using the funds for proper purposes, that's the only other thing I would add. We had to designate the funds for a specific use, and these 2 projects meet those specific uses as well too.
Okay. That's all I had.
So, do we have to make a contract with any of these people prior to what we decide to do out there? Or we have to have this done by the end of this month?
This contract here is for the pipe. that we
Okay.
need to have done by the end of this month.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And we will also have a simple contract with, if you approve the quotes for the second item on the agenda, and that should meet the obligations then for the ARPA. But it's just for the materials, you're not,
Yep,
just
you're not
materials.
deciding on the work, you
Yep.
know, the install stuff, you know, the design, all that still yet to come.
And you've gone through this bid to kinda make sure everything is kosher?
Yeah, you know, with the two, there being only two bids, there is a pretty big gap between the two, and
Yep.
the one that was higher wanted to confirm that we are bidding apples to apples, and I went through both of them, called the low bid, everything that is required of in the spec is being met, all the accessories for all the valves and stuff like that are usually kind of the hidden costs per se, are included in their bid, so we are good.
And quality of materials pretty much the same no matter what?
Yeah,
Okay.
for Ferguson and Core Main for that matter,
Okay.
both of them supply essentially all the products in the area.
Sure, all right.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2024 Southside Materials bids.
Second,
We have a,
Wait, could you just clarify, the low bid?
The low bid,
of
Ferguson,
Yep,
Ferguson.
okay.
yep, of the 199, 127 and 56 cents.
Okay, thank you.
and we have a second on that?
yep,
We
second.
have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Discuss approve water meters material quotes.
Okay, so we, the second portion of this is we gave you two quotes on, this is, water meters, and then the reading towers and system. We need that, one for any expansion, we have to provide meter infrastructure, and we have to be able to reach them to read them. The second item is our current metering system is unsupported, so we need to move forward in upgrading that system, at some point. So this is not the full, you know, amount of meters we need, but this is gonna take a little time to get, implemented. So, you'll see two quotes in there. Did you have anything else to add, Mark?
No, I don't think so.
I think one other thing I'll say is we're doing the tower system to try to make it more efficient for us to be able to pull meters in, not having to have Mark run out there how many times a week to get a meter read. You know, the intent is to try to become more efficient and be able to, manage this system moving forward, you know, easier.
And these are, oh, go ahead.
Oh,
No, go ahead, man.
Just to help understand what the meters are, so every house has a meter?
Yes.
And we're trying to procure meters for the north side project or for just in general?
Both, yes.
Both.
And enough
For
meters?
that, but it's also for our infrastructure, so it qualifies.
Okay.
So obviously, we're not putting 300 houses in, so
Sure.
they're gonna be used. Our meters were put in about 2008, so they're 16, 17 years old.
So all
They
houses
say
now
20.
have the same meter,
A different style meter.
different style meter, and we're looking to change them out.
Yes. These meters would allow, as Sarah was saying, a read back here, so we can track them more. If somebody comes in and has a complaint about, I didn't use that water, you can data profile these better, or whatever. You can tell them, hey, you started leaking on, Sauk Rapids, Sartell, St. Cloud, Becker, Little Falls, Clearwater have these meters, so.
Okay.
It's a Chevy Ford thing.
Yep.
You know, what you wanna buy, to be honest, but this is the brand we started using. Towns we work with have good systems, so.
So it'd be the meters and the new software?
It's the software the software is actually minor, and we didn't know that would qualify for ARPA, so we would do that on our own in budgeted funds.
Okay.
But the infrastructure for the reading and water system is into this quote.
Okay.
So that's why you see those towers, those are like towers to.
Gateways.
To help
gateways to
relay
read.
the information?
Those are necessary, and you have to cover the whole
Sure.
potential area.
and Mark, that would go down to your office? You would track
My
that?
hope is we can get it here and there.
Okay,
We have not met, we couldn't last week. I wanted to get the sales rep up here and sit down with everyone. And my hope is that they have access too, you know.
Yep.
Cause, I don't know if that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, we had anticipated, we met with them a long time ago about this, and then we need to meet with them again to kind of move forward, but.
And now this is very compatible, what's your new software system here?
Cassell, we checked.
Cassell, we
yeah.
did check that, and a couple cities have that, and so that was the other thing we were waiting on.
When we just thinking, future sense, if Public Works office were to move to the location or area you'd like to see it in the future, would you also be able to get readings out there?
Yeah, it's gonna be tower, radio wave
Okay.
send,
Yep.
so.
I think when Mark looked at the towers with the sales rep, that's how they decided on what they needed, was based on those ranges of those towers, and then keeping in mind, we may have housing over here, we may have housing over there, so that we can handle some growth. I mean, there may be the potential we need to add a tower at some point, but right now, I think we have our targeted growth areas covered.
These water meters are roughly a 20-year item, basically.
Now they say less, but.
Right.
All right.
Technology upgrade is what we're doing also.
I like the data profiling of them.
Yep.
The ones we have, we said an apartment that on Pine Street, owned by the same people, and they're not disputing, they're questioning the usage. I provided, here's what's going on with your things every hour.
Yep.
You guys figure it out, so.
In the past, have you found any meters that are defective to where they're not reading properly? Ever had that problem?
We've always said they read slow. We had one that we just don't know why. It was a commercial meter, but, yeah, they'll stick or something like that, not move.
Okay.
We probably get one every few months. We gotta go out and the guys will have to tear it apart and fix it, and the transmitters are starting to shut down, so.
Well, and usually, most time they're gonna not read enough, they're not gonna catch all the
Right,
usage.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, one thing, it is gonna provide a more accurate
Sure.
accounting of what's being used.
They're not reading too much. Or
I think they're
not
designed
enough.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, same question as the material supplies. Is there opportunity for us to want or need to purchase more, or do we feel good with the 300?
The reason we had to keep this project at a certain level too, regarding quoting and bidding, and we also wanna make sure that, it's manageable. We aren't purchasing all these meters, and then it's gonna take us 3 years to get them installed. So part of it is kind of a phasing, issue. We are gonna have some support on install this time, so I hope that'll be a little easier. We will need more in the future though. I mean, that's definite. But I think our plan at this point is we'll purchase these, see how long they last, and then we'll have to move forward with purchasing again.
We have been placing money in the budgets to do so we knew, it kinda kept kicking it, every year, like some of the stuff we've been doing, so we knew it was coming. It was just, when could we afford it with everything else?
Sure.
Right.
So.
We do have enough though to do the north side reconstruction, and to do our, potential housing to get us started too. We should have plenty enough to do that, and then start working on the changeouts.
Sure. Good.
So with the project on the north side, a lot of those meters will be replaced, y'all know?
They're all gonna be, aren't they?
Hopefully we will, I think we should target that whole area next year and do them all. It'd
Just
be a
get it
great
all
way to do a
done. Yep.
square, get it done.
Yep.
Sure.
A lot of the problems with these projects is just coordination.
Yep.
Getting, scheduled, with some people are busy, it's hard to get everything nailed down on time and
Yeah.
so forth.
And we'll be in every house during the project, like whether it's a water line or hooking temp water up, so it's our opportunity to,
Yeah, or the sanitary connection too, so.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So we'll be having a lot of contacts.
I'd move to approve water meters, material quotes.
Ferguson,
Ferguson, is it Ferguson again?
yep, it's Ferguson
Yep.
again.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Other business?
I think
Huh?
the attorney has just a quick update, just while we have another business.
Oh,
It's not working.
No.
I couldn't get it on. I
Okay.
tried to reset it.
I'll try to talk as loud as I can then as well. So as you may recall, we entered into a franchise agreement with Xcel Energy earlier in the year for gas and electric. We also have a potential franchise agreement with eCentral Electric for electric services that just cover a smaller portion of town, mainly residential and just 2 commercial properties. One of those commercial properties would be the city, and the other one is the golf course. So the reason I'm bringing this to your attention is we have to ensure that the fees, the franchise fees we impose with this franchise agreement with eCentral Electric is the same as with Xcel. That's state statute. We can't charge a lower fee than we did with Xcel. When we look at the fees, what we have to look at is what class of businesses or what class of customers does that property fall into. So the residential is easy. We can easily pick that up. You know, if it's a home, it's a home, so we can figure that out. Where we're having a more conversation is on the business side of it. So Xcel looks at their small businesses as those consumers who only use 25 kilowatt hours of energy per year, where eCentral Energy looks at it as 50 and under. So that creates some discrepancies in how we charge customers. If we were to use that higher number of 50, that would push it up into the large category of franchise fees under the Xcel agreement, which might mean we have to charge the franchise fee of that large industrial user under the eCentral Energy agreement as well too, which is $100 per month. So that's what we're working on right now, trying to negotiate that. Once we have more information, we'll certainly come back to the council with that.
So is the goal to make it look more like Excel's, where it's a 25 watt?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Like a prorate, maybe like a pro rata?
we can do that. That would require eCentral Energy to maybe look at their classes differently, and so that's what we're working through. Hopefully we can come to some sort of arrangement where it's not as high as the franchise fee as it would have been looked at under Xcel.
Okay.
It is kind of complicated when you have 2 electric providers in the same municipality. But that's why we did the big one first and then are trying to, because the small, eCentral has a smaller service area.
Yeah.
Not so much of an issue for the city to collect that franchise fee, because it's a pass, I mean, it essentially doesn't matter. We just wanna make sure that the business that's affected is treated the same.
Well, it'd also be any future business growth that would be right in their service area.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know how much growth is
Sure.
just based on the location of their service. I think they're limited in how much business growth we could see. It'd probably be more residential, but that's certainly a possibility in how we would discuss it.
So this was more of just an update?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Other business, on behalf of the city of Foley, we'd like to thank Mayor Jack Brosh for his service to the council and the mayor.
Yeah, he wasn't able to make it.
Yep.
He
I'm
was
sure he's plowing,
Yeah.
sure he's plowing
snow.
snow.
Yeah.
I'd also like to give kudos to our volunteer fire department that had the Santa parade the other night.
Yeah.
I think if it went extremely well, as it looked like it did on this, and you guys did a fantastic job.
Thank you, the guys had a great time
Yep.
too, so,
You beat the snow.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
cold.
And the cold.
You guys did a good job.
Good turnout. Thank you.
Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Hey,
So
Jeff,
moved.
Mr. Acting Mayor, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Just real quick, I talked to, on the sewer project, they've made great strides this week, on our issues we were having and all that. I know, I finally left at, 4 yesterday, I come back. They were here till about 7. We ended up getting our IT guy out here yesterday afternoon late. I haven't even talked to Sarah about that yet. And,
Get done.
yeah, we had to get it done, and one of the people that's highly involved is gonna be gone for several weeks for a medical issue, so we had yesterday to do it and today, so. The punch list, we have our internet connected to our odor control building, which then allows us to do more stuff in our shop, cause the temporary internet was, causing, I don't understand it, it's IT stuff. But I just wanna say, there's gonna be, the punch list is gonna get small here real quick once we go through it again. I talked to Jake from Bolton Inc. this morning, and we're gonna go through it maybe this afternoon, probably Monday again, and see where there's going. I just wanna tell you, I know you've asked several times about it, and they took a heck of a hit on it this week and really took a lot of stuff. I know they were in the system Sunday, cause I could see them, from the laptop, and several hours Sunday they were working on it even, so. They know that we're holding any more money till,
Yeah.
that was an agreement, no retainage fees till we get more work done, so.
Good.
Just wanna tell you that it's going good, and I think we're gonna see, the percentage gonna move up of what we needed to done.
We're still waiting for our first bill on flow. The last bill, they said they're still working on it, will give it to us next month, so then, once we start getting those regular bills, we'll have a better handle too on some of those budgetary items, if we have to make any adjustments, so.
What's,
Volume-wise, do we have to meet a certain amount, or is that strictly up to what we wanna send? You know,
We just can't exceed it.
We just
The
can't
permit can't.
exceed.
We're way under, cause we bought for years, of capacity.
so we're under what we
We're way
thought we
under.
would be sending.
Yes,
Okay,
we're way under
good.
what we're supposed to be. But now, I will say, and, I think this here, we didn't pump any October, 100, whatever it was, minimal. So we're kinda behind, so instead of pumping what I'm taking in, I've been pumping like an extra 100,000 a day over. So it's gonna hit a little higher. They're 30 days behind, I didn't realize that till the last bill we went through. And, what we just got was October's flow, which we didn't report. So we won't see November's till January, yeah, so.
any estimates on our flow so far? How many millions of gallons?
I didn't look today, we did 4.2 in November. I'm hoping to do, we're taking in 6 million, so I should be sending 6 million.
Okay,
So, we don't wanna get behind out there, so
Yep.
I'm hoping to send a solid 6-7 million this month to get ahead of so come spring, we don't have issues.
right.
But, I will say, we've done 2 complete rounds of testing, and I've seen one set and half of the other, so we did one Wednesday, and the numbers are coming in what we anticipated, very low, so I'm hoping that's, will be a minimum. I mean, not saying it won't change.
Well,
the
and we
strength.
get charged by strength, so
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
good if we know it's breaking down.
Yep, there's a
Yep.
baseline,
Yeah.
it's like it's 210 milligrams per liter of, CBOD or something like that, and we're 2-digit number, like in the, less than 100, we're in the 20s or whatever, so we're not even touching it. So, I hope that continues, I mean,
Good.
we're also moving water right now, so it's gonna change stuff.
When we decommission the one holding pond, will that require us to send more gallons?
It's all going now, isn't it?
Everything is going to the golf ponds by the compost pile
Okay.
since, June, right, May or June this year.
We
haven't
really
done
don't,
anything with the other ponds.
yeah, really don't use the pond up front anymore, do we?
No, we haven't since
Yeah.
we took that lift station out in, it was May or June. I think it was right around the picnic time. And we did submit through our, engineers, we have to do a, decommission plan to PCA. We sent the preliminary, was that 2 weeks ago? We
Yep.
approved her to send it in. So we're working on that. There's gonna be some testing this winter, the sludge, so they gotta go out, the easiest way is to go out with an ice auger, drill a hole in it, and they can take sludge out of that. So that's why we wanted to get it
Everyone
in.
that job?
So, that's on the kind of the bucket list for this winter, but we have to have PCA say, yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And there is possibly funding for that when we discommission
I
it?
don't know.
No,
Yeah, no, I
think
don't know
we're-
about that and where we're gonna be at, and I have no idea
I know
numbers.
that they're that's where kind of Bolton and Mink is helping us
Yep.
with some of those items, but we haven't come across any. The decommissioning, there's might be something with what we do with it.
Yep.
But I don't think removing sludge.
Yeah.
I think that's on us.
Well, we'll keep digging.
There's different options there, we'll bring this back to you in a
Yep.
few months. If we're gonna land apply it, if we're gonna haul it out to a landfill, if we're gonna do this, gonna do that. You'll get a whole report.
Perfect.
I guess I'm surprised we can't just send it.
It's sludge, the solids,
Oh.
the,
Settles on the bottom.
yeah,
It's the real
Years.
good stuff.
years of, the metals in there and all that, so
Yep.
you can't just dump it.
That should be some high-priced fertilizer, it should be worth something.
But there's rules, you can't apply that human sludge on places where you take human food, there's rules like that. So like it's gotta be sent to a certain spot.
Public Works is doing a great job with snow removal.
Thank you, yeah, no, it's going good.
Yep.
I did have a complaint, Mark. You plow too much. I couldn't believe it. She came and she said, well, what's he doing out there plowing less than 2 inches of snow? I said, I didn't go out and measure it, but I'm glad he did it.
It would have been a mess if they didn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had 2 inches yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's well done, well done.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.
Longer than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, there's some good questions.
Oh, I thought you get a percent of that or something.
Oh, no, no.
Is that email good for you then, on, for packets and stuff moving forward, or is there, okay. Okay.
Well, I said 50.